All right, so today we're going to start solving one-step equations. So these involve just one thing that we have to do. And we'll get on to later this week, we'll solve some two-step equations. But we'll just start with the simple ones first. And here's the thing, what I'm about to show you is not difficult at all. As a matter of fact, some of you who felt like, wow, some of that stuff we've been doing is pretty hard, today it's going to be a breath of fresh air because it's really, really easy. But the key is, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, you have to follow the steps that I'm showing you because it will get way more complicated from here. So what I'm going to show you is a method that you're going to use from now until you finish with algebra sometime in about 6 or so years. So you're going to need to keep doing this, and every teacher after me is going to expect you to know how to do what I'm about to show you. So this is not the day to be asleep, okay? All right, so we filled this in. One step, part one. So we're going to start with adding and subtracting equations. So these are ones that involve adding and subtracting. Now, before we begin, let's talk a little bit about some words and some steps, because this will make more sense once we get there, but I just want to have it in your head before we start. So this vocabulary right here, these two things at the top are very important. So if I were you, I would highlight or circle them. Hey, by the way, if you're facing in the other direction, turn and face this way for today, at least for now, because you're really going to need this. Okay, so opposite operations, or also known as inverse operations, they're just the opposite thing. So if we're adding, the opposite of adding is? Subtracting. If we're multiplying, the opposite of multiplying is? Dividing. Okay, so that's all it is. An opposite operation or an inverse operation is just the opposite of what you're already doing. Okay, so we're going to use those to solve them. That's the basic idea behind it. Now let's go on to some steps. So our steps are these. Now, this box the X is optional. You can write not optional next to it if you want. Because I did say you have to follow my steps exactly, but this one is optional. If it helps you, do it. If it doesn't, you don't have to do it. But when we write some examples, go ahead and do it with me. So we're going to box the X. We're going to do the opposite, just like we said, opposite operations or inverse operations. We're going to line up the equal sign. We're going to solve for X. Our goal, and this is really the goal of algebra in general, is to get the X or the variable. I use X just because it's easier than saying variable. To get the X by itself on one side of the equal sign. In order to do that, this rule is very important. Whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other side. So we can't subtract from one side without subtracting from the other side. We can't add to one side without adding to the other side. Now, all of that probably doesn't make a lot of sense yet, but it will in just a second when we start. So I gave you this example on the inside, and these are the steps. So our first step said to box the X. What that means is you're going to draw a box around the part of the equation that tells you what to do. In other words, the side that has the variable on it. So in this case, it says X plus 10. By the way, before we go any further, what's the answer? What is X?
I know, but
it's 10, right? It's 10. So my goal is not to decide if you can figure out what plus 10 is 20. That's the key you have to understand to what we're doing today. This is not about can you tell me what number goes right there, because every one of you can. My goal is to show you if you couldn't figure it out, how you could. That's our goal today. So the first step said to box the X. So that means draw a box around the X and whatever is on the same side of it. And in this case, it's addition. Okay, now it said line up the equal sign. To line up the equal sign, this is very helpful, and I want you to do this every time. The reason that you line up the equal sign is because it's really easy to get things mixed around if you don't do that part of it. Okay, so now it said do the opposite. So this problem is a what kind of problem? Addition. So we are going to do subtraction. So because remember our goal is to get this X all by itself, right? So, to get rid of this 10, we're going to subtract it. Because it's adding 10, we're going to subtract 10. The other rule said, whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. Because we can't just subtract 10. That wouldn't give us a correct answer. So, we're also going to subtract 10 from this side. Okay, so far? All right, now I'm just going to draw a line. And then I'm going to do that. I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. So if I have 10 and I take away 10, what's left?
0.
0. This x I didn't touch. So what I have left is x plus 0 on that side, right? Yes? Okay. And then if I have 20, take away 10, what's left? 10. Now, this is the only time you will ever see me write this right here, because it's completely unimportant. Because we all know that our goal was to get x by itself. So whatever I do right here is going to equal 0. So I won't write this again. I wrote it right now just so you could see that the math works. But I won't ever write this again, and I don't expect you to either. So our answer was, and I'm just going to erase it so you can see it without that, x equals 10. Got to line up that, put that equal sign in there. So x equals 10, and we knew it was going to be 10, right? Yeah. So, and in algebra, here's another cool thing. In algebra, you can always figure out if you're right because you can check your answer. To check your answer, that means wherever the x was, we're going to put the number 10 in because that's the answer we got. So it said x plus 10 equals 20. 10 plus 10 equals 20. Is that true? Yeah, so we know we did it correctly. So the steps again were, first, we drew a box around the x. That's the optional part, because some of you can see it without that. But we drew a box around the x to tell us this is what we're getting rid of, because whatever's on the same side as the x, that's what we have to get rid of. So it tells us what we're going to do the opposite of. So this is adding 10, we're subtracting 10. We lined up our equal sign to keep everything on the side it belongs on. That makes it much easier. So plus 10 minus 10, that's a 0, so we just leave our x. 20 minus 10 gives us 10, and then we checked it over here. All right, now let's do one of these together. Okay, so let's do a subtraction problem. You have this in your notes. Now listen, if you only write down an answer for me, I will not accept your work. You must show me every step. I'm going to show you why at the end of this. I will show you an example you cannot solve with just using math. So let's look at the first one. 1 is y minus 16 equals 12. So first step, let's box the x. Remember that part is optional, but I'm going to do it because it will help some of you. We're going to line up the equal sign. Don't forget that part. Don't make that optional. That is super helpful to you. Okay, so it's subtracting 16, so we're going to add 16. So I'm going to put plus 16 right here. Plus 16 right here. Don't be bothered by the fact that it was minus 16 and plus 16. Don't be bothered by the fact that that was a negative first, because we've already been working with this anyways. Okay, so minus 16 plus 16, that goes away. I would cross it out so that you know it's gone. And what's left on this side is just y, just y, equals, and then we have 12 plus 16 is? 28. Y equals 28. And if I plug it in, 28 minus 16 equals 12. Is that a true statement? Oh, sorry, I wrote 20. 28. Yes. Okay? Now, at this point right now, I'm not going to require you to show the checking. I just want you to focus on this. We'll get to checking later. We'll talk more about that later. But I just want you to know you can. So right here, this is what we're doing. All right, let's do the next one. 48 equals x plus 36. So box the x, line up the equal sign. What are we going to do? What's our operation? Subtracting. It's addition now. We're subtracting. So we subtract 36 from this side and also from that side. That goes away. Shh. And we have 12. Now, the fact that it says 12 equals x is not a problem. We can have 12 equals x, x equals 12. It doesn't matter. You might in the future have some teachers who tell you to always put the x on the left. It's not really necessary, but some people like it because it's more uniform. So if you do that, that's fine. But it's really not a mathematical requirement to put it on the other side. Okay, so on this one, oops. Shh. Quiet, please. On this one, we lined up the x. What did we do, add or subtract? Subtract 0.5 from each side. Okay, so we have x left over there. That's gone. Equals 8.9 minus 0.05 is 8.4, according to your calculations. Okay?